OFR D2 for the Austrian Grand Prix. This is it. It's round one. Please go jump me. I don't want to die. Help me. Sorry, I was singing. Welcome to the 6 viewers in the stream. I've just made a complete... Just don't worry about it. It's fine. We're here for the OFR Season 2. No, it's Season 3. It's Season 3 OFR D2 for the Austrian Grand Prix. And we're just about going to get into it now. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm here on my own. Unfortunately, David Croft could not come here today. Neither could Martin Brundle, unfortunately. So I'm here on my own. Disappointing. But, you know, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. And welcome to everyone in the stream. We're going to see what we can do. And let's see if we can get a pretty good race out of this. We have quite a few drivers here today. We've even got Lex as a sort of... I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of testing in a way. I'm very clueless. I'm very rusty. But it's always good for the views because it means I'm stupid. I'll be looking at the chat with my phone, and as I said earlier, unfortunately, who's commenting? Corletto is AJ Wynn here today for the commentary in D2, and yeah, we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix in the Styrian Hills of Austria. It's going to be an interesting one. 19 people joining us today for the race in Austria. Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Going to be a very good one. We've got a few drivers here that are new to D2 and are new to the format of... Thank you, Carletto, for pointing out that I died in D1. Yeah, really appreciate that. Definitely not angry about that at all. We have a few drivers out on track already, and we're going to see what drivers can do in D2 today. And I hope everyone has very good luck in today's session. It looks very dark, so I'm not sure if it's going to rain. Nick's going out on the medium tyre, which is going to be an interesting strategy from him. Maybe thinking about a very weird sort of one stop. I don't know, we saw the winner of the D1 race, Gunman, take those medium tyres, 28 laps I think it was. So that's interesting to know for the D2 drivers. I know that a lot of these drivers are racing together for the whole week, especially the two Mercedes guys with Robot and Havoc, the two commentators for D1, and yeah, it's going to be good to see what they did. Robot obviously winning the pre-season event. We have a yellow flag already, and I'm going to see who is it for. It's cleared up now. And now we have Nick Figgy, who's coming to line now. He's opened up DRS and he's going for his first run of the session. He's actually gone on the grass and validated it somehow. So we're going to move on to Random, I believe it is. Yep, and he's going into turn 1 and he's overshot it a little bit, but he managed to keep on track. And pretty good job from him in turn 1. A little bit of time to find for him already. He could easily take a lot of that inside curb on the first corner. He sets a 16.4. I think that's about 7-8 tenths off of what the D1 guys were doing. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, to say the least, to see what the time comparison is. But I think Random's going to be the first person to cross the line. And then after that, I believe it's going to be Bagpuss, I think. I believe he's the only one without a teammate today. Because everyone else is in their acquired cars, and we've also got Lex in the Red Bull, which is going to be really good to see what he can do in this session. I think qualifying will be a little bit less of a strong point for him. As we saw in D3, he's usually a bit of a race day man. We've also got a yellow flag in Sector 3, but then Random's coming up to the line now, and he's set a 15.1. It's a pretty good lap actually. I think just about 1.9 seconds off pole in D1. Obviously, we don't expect them to be anywhere near those times, but it's a really good time from him. Ali Cade comes in with a 4.9, and then Elvind also sets a 4.9. Very similar times between those two, and then Havoc comes in and beats that by about half a tenth, and that's another good time from him. Verizon comes in with a 5 flat, 105 flat. Obviously, the times are very quick round here, and I'm going to move on to I think that Fifi. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay with Fifi. Actually, he's just set his time, so we're going to move on from that. And please tell me if the audio is a little bit too noisy, as Amir sets a 4.3, and that is an amazing lap time from him, and he goes 5 tenths quicker than everyone else on the track. I think we're going to be missing who's the next drives across the line. I believe everyone's coming to the pits now. We're going to go on board with Proctor, who is coming round the final 2 corners now. He seems to do that pretty well, not using the outside curb, which sometimes could be smart. Now he's going to cross the line and set a 5.1, which is a good time, and puts him in 6th place. So from 2nd all the way down to 9th basically is very close, about 3 tenths between all of those guys. And everyone's now coming into the pits, they're all feeding into it, and actually there is a Red Bull, so I'm going to go on board with, I think it's Lex, who's come to the line now, and he's going to set a 7.1, which to be honest isn't that bad of a lap, especially on the medium compound tyre, which I think, yeah, Figgy's also on. So, you know, very similar lap times between those two, 4 tenths. I think Lex could definitely improve on that, especially when he goes onto the softer tyre. So yeah, always look out for that. We've obviously got some people on their outlaps, so I think we're going to go on board with Bob, because I think he's going to be the first one to start his lap, and I'll come around the final corner for him. He's gone wide, come through the final couple of corners, and actually he's gone very wide going through the last corner, just about keeps it on track, which validates his time, so he's allowed to carry on. And you really want to be using the outside curb there, but he doesn't really do it, and he misses the first apex. Unfortunate for him. I feel like you can gain quite a lot of time out of that. Yeah, now he's coming up the run to the hill, and as you can see, the steering mountains all the way up there, and you can see the many trees, and he goes into the hairpin now. Didn't quite catch the time. Apparently it was purple. As we know, this game can be quite glitchy when it comes to that. I think we have a slow B-Watt, I think it is. No, it's not B-Watt, it's Love Sesh. The Scotsman is slowed down a little bit coming through there, and now we're going to ride on board with Bob, who is now coming through the 2 difficult left-handers. It seems like he drifted out a bit wide there, but he managed to keep it on track. So it's a 46.1, which I think might about put him maybe 10th, something like that, for now anyway. Now he's going to come through the final couple of corners, just grips up through there, and now takes all the curve on the final corner, and it's going to be a 6.1. It's going to put him P12 and about 4 tenths off of Bagpuss, which so he's got a very big gap between Bagpuss and Fifi as well. So he's got about 4 tenths between both the cars. That's not a bad time at all from him. So yeah, Proctor is D2 now. He's done a good job, and he's in P6 at this moment in time. So people already on their outlaps already. So I think people will manage to set many lap times. I think Lex is on a long run in quali. I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do, but you know, we'll see. Love Sesh come through the 2 left-handers now, and he's on his first lap, and he's I thought he invalidated then, but luckily he managed to keep it valid, and he's now going to come up to the final sector, where he is going to attack this corner with a lot of speed. No, he's coming into pits. So we're going to ride on board. Who should we ride on board with? Difficult to choose. Bagpuss actually sets a 4.8, which is a really good lap from him. I missed that completely. Puts him P2 for now, so that's a pretty good lap time. And yeah, about 400ths quicker than Havoc at this moment in time. We've got a yellow flag up ahead. I believe it's for a racing point of Verizon. No, it's for Tom, who I think competed in the D1 event. Unfortunately, DNF'd and perished like me. But, you know, it's not too bad. He's learning and he's in D2 as well. So D2 obviously being his main sort of division that he's in. Verizon set a quicker lap time, but he invalidated it, which means it does not count. And I believe I'm going to go on board with I don't know, who is it? I think it was Figi, Fifi, I think. Yeah, it was Fifi, but he missed out on it. And now I'm going to miss out on Robot crossing the line, and he's on his in lap, I think. No, he's on his out. He's starting his lap now, and we're going to see what he can do as he comes up. And actually, Havoc giving him a nice slipstream there, and I guess that was planned for the Mercedes crew. So, yeah, great job. Now coming out, exiting there, and okay, I'm gonna go. Hold on. Sorry, I have to do something quickly. I have to do. Who is it? Be what? I don't know where. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm just sending B1 an invite, and we're back now. And Proctor, of course, whilst I'm gone, Proctor goes P2, and just ahead of Ali Cade, who goes only 4,000 slower than the McLaren driver. I believe it's a McLaren 1-2 at this moment in time. It is indeed. We're actually going to go on board with Amir for a hot lap around the Austrian Grand Prix track, the Red Bull Ring. He's going to brake just after the 100-metre board into turn 1, take a nice amount of curb there, and DRS is now open. He's going to have a hot lap mode engaged and obviously max fuel mixture. Now he's going to brake just after the 100 metres, I reckon. Yeah, just after the 100 metres there, and takes a nice apex into turn 3, and now onto the run downhill and then back uphill and then back downhill to turn 4, and he's going to brake just after the 100 metre board again, and he goes on into second and then shifts back up into fourth to get traction, which is interesting. And actually the meter boards have been taken away there, so that's going to make life a bit more difficult for these drivers. And he's about a tenth up on his previous best time, hasn't invalidated yet, and he's going to come down into the final couple of corners. We've got an AlphaTauri in the way, but luckily he's just about going to go into the pit lane, and he's come around the final corner now, and Amir is going to set a 1 minute 3.7, and he's just absolutely destroyed every single person in this lobby. He's 9/10 quicker than his teammate Proctor, and I've got to say, I don't think this is the right division for him. And now we've got BWAT coming through the middle sector, and he obviously had to get an invite back just a second ago as he got kicked. And now coming round the left-hander, he goes a bit wide, understeers, I believe it was, and now he's going to come through to the final couple of corners, which I keep saying, the penultimate corner here, where I DNF'd, and you've got Tom in the way, and that does not help his goal for the top 10 at all. But he will go P7, and I believe that could have cost him he could have gone 5th, I reckon, on if Tom got out of the way, but he didn't. Now we've got yellow flag sector 3, I believe it's Showguy. No, it's not, it's random. Who is gonna... Okay, we're gonna go on board with Lex, who is on his first... I think it's on his first lap on the soft compound, I believe. So yeah, we'll see what he can do. He's only 3,000 of random spins coming through turn 4. That was quite an amazing sight, but yep, it was just a little mistake from the Ferrari driver, who's in P2 at this moment in time, and about 7/10 off of a mere 8/10 off of a mere on that. And obviously Random will be coming into the pits for his final run. Lex comes through the penultimate corner now. He brakes nice and late there, and he does a pretty good job there. Now come for the final corner. It's not going to be an improvement, I don't think. No, it's going to go. He's doing 8.7, which isn't too bad. We got Love Sesh on his first run, and he's going to be coming up to turn 4 here. He wants to be braking at about 100 meters, and he wants to be shifting up to 4th quite early. No, he does it quite late. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He's come through the 2 left-handers now. He's got Random up ahead, who I believe has fuel issues. I think probably has fuel issues. Now coming through the last sector, he attacks this curve nice, and that was a really good. And now for the final corner, and he does a pretty good job there. He's going to have DRS open, and it's going to be a 5.3, which puts him P14, but the grid is very close from, I would say, from 6th to 14th is very close, and there's really nothing between these drivers. I think Tom could easily make up a few positions as Love Sesh goes a bit wide. Markov still yet to complete his first lap out. Now coming through the final couple of corners. He will be coming to the pits, and I think he might just have enough time to go for one more run. It's a very short lap round here, and we're going to go on board with... Who should we go on board with? Bagpuss. He has... He's on his flying lap now, his final flying lap, and he's going to go through the first sector. Let's see what time it is. He gets a little bit of oversteer coming out of the corner, but he says it's a purple first sector, which is interesting. Now he brakes into turn 4. He goes a bit wide, but cuts it back through the gears now, and going through the 2 left-handers. Let's see how he can attack these corners. It looks like he's just... Yep, he does that pretty well. Now exiting. He's done a nice job there. And obviously D2, no assists at all. It's the same as D1. There's a few assists allowed in D3. He goes very wide coming out of there. Manages to keep the lap valid. And now onto the run to line. Let's see what time it's going to be. It's going to be a 4.6, which is not an improvement, I don't think. In fact, I think he missed out by 1,000th of a second. As Random, I forgot to... no, I did. Don't worry. I'm just getting a little bit overexcited. A few drivers on their out laps. Who is on their flying lap? Let's see, Lex is on his flying lap. He's in 1st gear, which is not the gear that you really want to be in. Now come through these 2 corners. He's in low ERS, so I'm going to go on board with Bob, who's coming around the final couple of corners, and he's going to come into the pits. Markov on his out lap, he might just be able to cross the line. Amir is on his final run, so we'll go on board with him. Exits there nicely. He's a very good. This guy is a very good driver. Let's see what his consistency is like. He actually went off the throttle there. He's actually given up on his lap. Random has also invalidated. Proctor is the quickest guy to the next guy to settle up, and he's gone wide already. Manages to keep it valid, so it's not too bad for him so far. Up the hill to turn 3. It is turn 2, basically the second corner to brake for, but MotoGP take it is as a turn 3, so I guess Formula 1 chose it too. We've got Bob retiring in the pits. We've got a few drivers that are going to cross the line. I think we've got what I can't see. He's just started a lap, and the qualifying session is over. 3 minutes remaining until I believe the session over. There's a little bit of a glitch on this game, but you know, we can carry on. We can carry on. And now coming through the final two corners, he attacks it with high speed. He's got the red ball up ahead. Doesn't matter though, and he goes for the final corner. He does a really good job of exiting there, and he's going to set a 4.5, which is enough for P3, and that is going to be the second row of the grid, and it's a 1-3 for McLaren at this moment in time. Who else do we have? Markov is going to be the next one to cross the line, I think. No, Elvind will be, but can't go on board with him. He doesn't improve. Markov is his only run of the session, and he's going to go P16, which is not good enough. We're going to have to go on board with last session now, who is going through the final corner. Let's see if he can improve. He completely jumps that, and he ends up smacking the DRS board. And I believe that is everyone's qualifying session over. And now we just need to wait for the pit animations. So that is a really good qualifying session, especially for Amir, who I expect to just bolt straight away. Show not having the best time. He set a really good lap time. If he went a tenth quicker, it would have put him about P8. So you know, there's nothing between these guys, and it's all very close between, I would say, 4th all the way to 12th. We've got about a minute before everything is over. Amir is in D1, but he actually trying out D2 just to see about where he fits in. And Prox has left this session, so I'm going to have to invite him back. Just bear with me. I've forgotten his name now. Proctor _ GP. There we go. There we are. Amir is P1. And there we are, Amir in the McLaren, the first qualifying session of the year in Austria. He gets P1 by 6 3/4 of a tenth of a second. And then we got Random in P2 in the Ferrari, and we got the next McLaren in P3, Alicade P4, Verizon P5, Bagpuss P6, Robot P7, Havoc P8. So that is a 4th row lockout for Mercedes. We've got the Renault of Bwatt in P9, Elvin in P10, Hasher in P11, Shokran P12, Tom P11, Fifi P14, Lovesesh P15, Markov P16, Lex P17, Nick Figgy P18, and P19 will be Bob's your uncle. So we are for the race now. Looks nice and sunny. I don't think there's any expectation of rain. No one's ready up, which is good to hear, or good to see anyway. And we're just going to wait. As I said, unfortunately Martin Brundle, David Croft, they couldn't make it today. So unfortunately I'm here instead to take over and take you through D2, and we're going to see what the drivers can do. Obviously the second division of OFR, someone's readied up already. I believe that, yeah, there's Ali Cade. No hiding from that one, mate. And we've obviously got all the drivers having to ready up now. And then they'll be on their way for the formation lap to heat their tyres up. And as you know, the new addition to this game is that you can get tyre wear on the formation lap, which affects your race a little bit, but not that much. I think there's still plenty of chances to catch up from the back, and there's still loads of places you can overtake around here anyway. And unfortunately I'm here on my own today. Yes, indeed, you can get tyre wear in the formation lap now. So we are now on our formation lap. As you can see, we've got the predicted sort of stints, pitting around lap 13 to 16 onto either the medium or the hard compound. But as we know, anything can happen. We could have a safety car lap 1, everyone pit in for the inters. You never know. I highly doubt that will happen, but you know, you just have to see. Good luck to every single one of the drivers. And I think Amir, if he can get a good start, he'll get a good second gap on the first corner. It depends if Proctor attacks and they just straight go for a McLaren 1-2 straight away. It'll be interesting to see what Proctor can do from the second on the grid. As you can see, we got more predicted pit stop strategies, and it's looking like a medium or a hard compound for the second stint. I don't think anyone will be going for a 2-stop unless obviously a safety car interferes. AlphaTauri of, I believe that's Fifi and Hasha. They are just behind the Racing Point of Tom and both. And then Hasha is just behind the Alfa Romeo of Elvin Johnson, and he is just ahead of BWAT. And I think the Mercedes can do very well in this Grand Prix. We know that these guys are very good at working together. They got very good chemistry. We know that they're obviously D1 commentators together. They practice with each other all week. They practice, I think most days they practice, to be honest, and they're always very quick when it comes to a weekend. They always extract the most out of their potential, and there's nothing that these drivers can't do. There's no doubt in my mind that we will get a safety car in this Grand Prix, but it's just when and how that will affect the strategies. So I'm going to go on board with a nice shot of the Austrian Grand Prix track, and it looks like everything is taken from the air. Oh, here we are. We're going to go on board with Bob. We're going on board with Amir. We've got 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go for OFR in D2. And it looks like it was a good start from the McLaren driver, and Fifi is retired already, and we've already got a safety car due to an incident. It is very Kimi Räikkönen-esque, and the safety car is out. I don't even know what happened there. Well, unfortunately, one of the AlphaTauris is already out, and as I said, Amir gets a second gap already, but I was not expecting that. A safety car before anyone got into the first corner. I've got to say, I'm not sure whose fault it was. I would have thought that maybe Fifi got tagged coming out of, or getting on the start. Maybe he turned across, and actually I forgot Fifi was the host. But he's migrated and he's left. So are we going to see pit stops? So I'm going to go on board with Amir, who is warming up his tyres, so I expect he won't be pitting. Yep, let's see Random. Random doesn't. Proctor is. Proctor's going to choose a different strategy here today. We know that if he pits onto the hards, maybe. I don't know. It's a bit of a bold strategy from him. I'm going to guess he's going to go on the mediums. Yep. He's going to go on mediums. Try to take them to maybe lap 22, about that. Then he'll pit onto the soft compound tyres, and he's actually going to come out ahead of a few drivers. Markov will want to be trying to stay ahead. Lex gets a really good start. Nick is also in the pits, and he's actually got a penalty So actually, whilst all these drivers are all bunching up, even though it's lap 1, we've got a Nick, we've got Havoc, we've got both of the Mercedes drivers getting a penalty. We've also got Show Crime getting a penalty with Elvin Johnson. Fifi obviously out, and then we've got Random having an exceeding track limits warning. It was a pretty bad start, I can't lie, from Fifi. I don't know if it was Fifi's fault or not. Obviously, no one's guilty at this moment in time. We haven't seen the footage, we'll have to watch it back. Unfortunately, I did not catch that action, but you know, things happen. Once you're watching from the back, there is a predicted pit stops. I expect Amir to be able to go a little bit further into the Grand Prix with this, unless he's pitting now, which he isn't. Looking at the drivers, no one's pitting. No one is going to be pitting. Yep. And the Haas guys haven't had the best of starts. They are P16 and 18 at this moment in time, which is a little bit lower down than they were hoping. We've got one DNF so far, Fifi, who's had a pretty bad start to the season. We've got Figgy coming into pits again, maybe not happy with his hard tyres, and he's going to go on to the mediums. Cheers for AWS for supporting us with the tyre compounds. It's all part of the Haas master plan. He's going to go on the medium tyres. Joto Jutsu. I've forgotten how you say your name, but safety car's in this lap. Amir will be taking the lead, and he'll be wanting to... Oh, Juice. I'll just call you Juice. Okay, I'll just call you Juice. Amir's slowing down a lot. I guess the safety car is not going to come in right now. He's going to enter the pit lane now, and I do want to go on board with Random. And Amir's bolted straight away. Will he get slowed down? I don't think so. So it was a pretty poor start from Random. He just wasn't expecting Amir to bolt that quickly or that far away. Rubs, also part of the Haas master plan. We're going to turn 1, and AK does not make the move on Robot. He's going to try and attack him, but it doesn't look like we're too close. And the closest drivers at this moment in time are going to be B-Watt, and we've got Alex out of the Grand Prix. Oh no, let's see what happened to him. He's smashed into the wall, lost traction maybe, and that is the end of the race for the reserve driver there. He will be back in T3, but that's very disappointing. And we don't actually have a safety car again, so not coming out as frequent as they were last game. But we are going to see if Amir can control this lead, which he is doing at this moment in time. We're going to have Ali Cade in the slipstream of Random. I doubt he's going to actually be doing this, to be honest. Random is just behind. I think Ali Cade is just behind Random, and it's going to be a close one between those two. I'm going to go on board with Horizon as the B-Watt go off wide, and we're going to try to see Havoc maybe attacking Verizon and trying to catch up with his fellow teammate. We've got yellow flag in sector 3 again. I believe it's Tom. Verizon actually locking up quite a lot in the rears. We've got Lex leaving the session, unfortunately, not being a sort of what do you call it, an engineer for Markov. He's had a very good start so far. Let's see what the tyres are looking like. Looks like everyone on softs in the top 12. Markov has had a pretty good start. Let's see who's had the best start. Proctor's had the worst start, but he did pit, so I guess not all bad for him. We're going to see who got the best start. Looks like Bob got the best start, but he was coming from the back of the grid, so you kind of expect it. We're going to see Havoc trying to attack him, but he's not going to be close enough. Verizon looks like he's going to be the one to attack. DRS is now open for these guys, and also Robot has got the DRS on Ali Cade, and Ali Cade has not got DRS on Random, so clearly Random just that little bit quicker than the Alfa Romeo driver at this moment in time. But then Ali Cade just gets back in it again, and now at the exit of turn 3, and it doesn't look like Robot is going to be under attack from Verizon. If anything, Robot's going to be attacking Ali Cade into turn 4, and he doesn't quite make the move stick as both of the drivers lock up. In fact, Random also locked up, and Amir is now clearing off on the second lap of the safety car. He's got a 2.1 second lead over his Ferrari compatriot, and now Nick is struggling for traction, and he's actually quite slow on this medium compound tyre. He's about 17 seconds off of the Renault driver, and he's not going to be doing this anytime soon. Amir's had his lead cut down a little bit by Random. Random goes a little bit wide. I don't know if that would have been a warning, but Ali Cade has also dropped out the DRS, so maybe Amir's struggling a little bit on this tyre. Interesting, as Verizon is quite getting closer and closer to Robot. We've got a yellow flag sector 1, I believe that's Markov. Yeah, it is. He's going to be spinning round. Luckily, there's a pretty big gap between Markov and Figgy, so we will have a little bit of a gap to I don't even know really. This is it's been a good race so far. The first 7 laps of this opening race for D2. Looks like Random's dropping off a little bit in the middle and final sector. He seems to be pretty quick down the straights, I think, but I think he's struggling around the corners. And Ali Cade is within the 1 second window, and also Robot. So it's a bit of a train from Random to Havoc. The top from 2nd to 6th, it's pretty close. Random taking the good line, while Ali Cade uses a little bit of a. He doesn't use all the track that he could have, but he seems to be working out for him at this moment in time. And actually going to go with Havoc, who's going to make a dive bomb into the hairpin. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. And we've also got the other Alfa Romeo of Elvin Johnson, who is off, and he's in P14 now. That's really unfortunate for him, super unfortunate. It was looking like a pretty good Grand Prix for him, and that's kind of ruined it a little bit. But as you can see, Amir keeping that steady 2 second lead. And we're going to see Verizon trying to attack the Mercedes driver of Robot, but I don't think it's going to happen this lap so far. So he's going to move on to the back straight, coming through the final couple of corners. Thank you to the 27 viewers who are tuning in to this D2 race, the first D2 race of the season, as we see Havoc getting a penalty. And now we're going to see Verizon, can he get that pass, but it doesn't look like he will. And now Robot is going to be under attack from Verizon down this back straight. He won't get DRS, but Verizon certainly will. He's going to try and pull to the inside, but Robot goes defensive, and he's going to try round the outside. Is he going to get the move done? And he goes super defensive, and we've got both of the 2nd and 3rd drivers are going wide, and that has left Robot in a pretty good position to slipstream Ali Cade. He won't get him into turn 4. Robot locks up quite badly, but Ali Cade's struggling, and also Random struggling. I wonder if those two came into contact going through turn 3. You know, we can only wonder. I didn't quite catch what happened, so unfortunate that is. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of laps between those two drivers. Maybe Ali Cade will take a bit more of a relaxed approach. We got Havoc off. Havoc, the Mercedes, the 2nd Mercedes in line. He's off into the gravel, and he's going to go right back, and he's going to fall behind Proctor, and I believe he might fall behind Bob. He's got very, very hot tyres, and let's hope those two don't come into contact. Bob just about avoids Havoc's car, and I think it's wise to Havoc to pit right now, and he will pit right now. And let's see who is coming. I believe Ali Cade is close. He's not going to make a move into the hairpin. Random, I think, might have just gone a little bit too wide and sort of carried Ali Cade with him into turn 3. But again, I didn't catch it, so I can't really make judgments at this moment in time. Ali Cade, is he going to go for a dive bomb into here? It doesn't look like he will, and he's going to keep a steady lead. But Amir keeping a steady 2.2 second lead, 2.3 second lead now over the Ferrari driver of Random. It's been a really good day for Ferrari so far to get the win in D1 with Gunman. I made a very underperformance. I was P3 and I crashed, but we don't talk about that right now. We have a D2 race to watch. Robot falling back a little bit from Ali Cade at this moment in time. He's taking some okay lines through here, but Verizon's also very close. So will we see these two drivers come into play, and will we see Verizon trying to make an aggressive move on Robot? They both avoid that inside curb, which you kind of need to take. Robot has dropped out of DRS, so this is going to be a Verizon move into the hairpin now. He's going to pull to the outside. Is he going to get the move done? It doesn't look like he will, but you know, he's going to try and stick around there, and he's going to try and get a good exit. It doesn't look like he's quite got a good enough exit to attack him, and he actually gets quite a lot of oversteer coming out of the corner. Schumacher is doing a great job in P10 at the moment, but we won't talk about him right now, as we've got a battle for 4th place, and it looks like Robot just doesn't quite have the pace of the top 3. Random closing up a little bit to Amir, so Amir not actually pulling away as we saw in qualifying. The dominant performance that he showed in qualifying isn't quite carrying through to the race as he would have liked, as the gap's now 1.4. Robot is still under attack from Verizon. Will we see a Verizon move this lap? We haven't seen it for a few laps. We're on lap 11 now, and he wants to be making the move and trying to catch up, as we've got yellow flag sector 3. I don't know, yellow flag sector 2. I believe it was just Figgy. And now we've got Verizon under going to attack him. Proctor gets a penalty, but Verizon doesn't quite get Robot into turn 1. He's going to get overtake mode. Let's see if Robot is in overtake mode. Looks like Verizon's had a little bit more ERS saving than Robot, and he's going to try pull to the outside, but he's not going to make the move done into here. He's going to just go for a better exit. Well, this is what I would do, and he does get a better exit out of there, and he's going to open up DRS. He doesn't look like he's quite close enough, but he's now pulling in. Is he going to go for the move down to the inside? Let's see. He doesn't quite pull out to the inside, and it looks like Robot's going to keep that position for one more lap. Lap 12 now, and it looks like I think Verizon will want to be getting past Robot anytime soon. Random is now coming through the left-handers, and Random just doesn't look as comfortable as Ali Cade does right now. Ali Cade looks amazing in his Alfa Romeo. He's going to pit this lap actually, so he's going to go for the undercut attempt, and we've actually got Biwa off into the gravel, I think it was. No, he just went off onto the first left-hander, I guess lost traction, and Bob is now going to overtake him surely. Bob is not struggling as much as tyres, and Robot's also pitted, so interesting. Both of the guys under attack, one of the guys are under attack, and the other guy trying to attack the second place man. So will we see an undercut attempt? Let's see what tyres these guys go on. Looks like the Alfa Romeo of Ali Cade will be going on. Oh, he's got a penalty. He's not doing the pit stop animation, and he's going to come out behind Robot, I think. Yeah, Robot P10, and he's doing a great job so far. And he's going to be, he wants to be, well, Proctor is going to take the lead of the Grand Prix, but Proctor will have to do one more lap rather than these guys, more than these guys. Tom gets a 3-second penalty. He is in, I believe, P16 at the moment, which is not really where he wants to be. Let's see what Proctor's doing now, as he's going to be attacking Bagpuss. He goes very wide, getting dirty air coming off of him into the two left-handers, which are probably the most difficult corners on this track. Maybe this corner a little bit more difficult, and these guys a little bit more relaxed than I was going through these bits. And now the DRS is going to be open for Proctor. Is he going to get past Bagpuss going into turn 1? Doesn't look like he's not close enough, and he's going to wait for the back straight now. DRS will be open once again. He's definitely going to get the move done this time, and he's going to overtake the Williams driver, and the McLaren is going to take P5 in the provisional lead of this Grand Prix. Markov gets a 3-second penalty, and he is in P11 at this moment in time. And there's a yellow flag in sector 3, I believe it's Markov, as I was talking about him. He gets, he spins round, Spinala for the Red Bull driver. It's not been a great day for Red Bull so far. It hasn't been a great day for AlphaTauri either. But let's see if Hasha can get a good result for AlphaTauri. And Mir's coming into the pits now, so we will see the overcut or the undercut on Random. No, Random pits this lap. He realises this is too long into the Grand Prix now. We're going to see, can Amir, is Amir going to be jumped in the pits? I don't think he will, but we'll see. We do have the, I think Amir is, Amir comes out ahead of the Ferrari driver. It's going to be interesting going down this back straight now. They're not going to have anyone ahead of him, but will we see Random get DRS? I don't think we will. We'll see. He exits the pit lane. He won't get DRS. He's a little bit too far behind. He's about 1.8 behind the McLaren. And Hasha gets a massive amount of oversteer into there, and that's going to leave Proctor to take the lead of the Grand Prix for the first time. The McLaren driver legitimately takes the lead, and Hasha I don't think will be attacking back on Proctor at this moment in time. I don't think any of these drivers are really doing anything. And actually we've got Nick Figgy, who's off again, and that's really unfortunate for the guy. He's not had a great Grand Prix so far. He's only ahead of one driver. Will he come into the pits? Yes, he will, along with Markov, who's just exiting the pit lane. Proctor does not have to pit for a good couple of laps now. Hasha's still in DRS, so maybe the 6-second lead that the 6-second lead that Proctor has over Amir is slowly getting to. Proctor's round, and that is unfortunate for him. And I don't know if there's any front wing damage for the guy. There is a little bit of front wing damage on the left-hand side of the car, and that's really unfortunate for the McLaren driver, and he will be behind Random, and that leaves Hasha in a pretty good position. He's gained 10 positions. He will be pitting in this lap no matter what for the medium compound tyre, and I believe second and third are on mediums too. Verizon choosing the medium, and actually the overcut worked for Verizon. Great job from him. He manages to overtake Robot, and Robot is now 6 seconds behind. Verizon is going to be about 1.4 off of these guys. I mean, I'm actually going to go on board with Havoc because he's trying to make up positions, but he goes too deep into the third corner, and he's going to have to give the position back to Bob. And yeah, I think Havoc getting a little bit annoyed in the cockpit, so he'll have to wait. Yeah, he'll have to wait. We've got Hasher in the pits and Proctor, who's going to be onto the medium compound tyres again, I reckon. That's the only real tyre that he can be on. He's going to change his front wing. He's on the hards. It's not a great strategy call from him. We'll see Hasher exit the pit lane in P5, but will we see Lavsesh overtake him? I don't sure if Lavsesh has pitted. Let's see if Lavsesh pitted. He has pitted. He's going to try to go around the outside of the AlphaTauri driver, but it doesn't look he's quite going to get it here. And he's going to get the DRS, but it's not going to be enough. Hasher is going to clear away on his medium compound tyres. Robot looking pretty comfortable now in P4. He's on the medium compound tyres. I don't think he'll be caught up by Hasher anytime soon. But, we'll see. We'll see the gap slowly diminish, actually. 1.7 is now the gap between those two, as Lavsesh has gone off, understeering wide a lot now, and that means Bagpuss has taken the win, or taken the lead over Lavsesh. And we're going to see Random, just not quite as quick as Amir, but Amir's completely diminished his ERS, which is going to be crucial if Random ends up catching up. I do want to see the penalty situation with these two drivers. Amir having 0 penalties and Random having 0 penalties. Both very clean drivers and are doing a great job so far. And I believe Verizon has 2 warnings. I've got yellow flag sector 3. I don't know who that's for. It's just a little bit of a glitch in the game. don't, I can't, the ban Hamill is not, I cannot ban him in the chat. I'm sorry, I cannot ban him because I do not have the power to do that. I don't have it on my device. If you can hear me, D Ronaldo, I just go away. No one wants you. I've just missed out on Ali Cade. Thanks for that, mate. Ali Cade gets the position, and yeah. Yellow flag sector 3, I believe it's just Nick trying to get out of the way of the drivers, I think. Or is it Bob? No, it's Figgy who's been lapped now. Hasha, oh yeah, I've missed it, I've almost missed it. Hasha is now going to try and take Robot, and now he's going to switch to the outside. Are we going to see Hasha trying to overtake Robot here? Robot is going to try, are we going to see an Albon move? No, we're not. Okay, good. The driver's kept it clean. Hasha has not caught past Robot yet. I think there's not much of a difference between those guys in terms of tyre. We've got yellow flag sector 2 now. I think it is Larvsish or BWAT, but I'm not going to check because this battle is a little bit more close. Actually, I need to go on board with Bob, to be honest. Let's see it. Let's go on board with these guys. Oh, we've got BWAT's off there. We've got Bob trying to overtake the Tom here. It doesn't look like he's quite going to get it here. It's just a little bit too close, and we're going to see Hasha overtake Robot now, and he's going to have DRS. He can have overtake the ERS situation. The Robot's a little bit better, so maybe he can defend into turn 3. It doesn't look like he. Yep, it looks like Hasha is going to stay behind Robot for one more corner, and now he's going to get overtake mode once again. I think he's closing in a lot here. He's going to try and get to the outside. He's going to brake later, and are we going to see an Albon move again? No, we're going to see Hasha take P4 off of Robot for at the moment, and are we going to see Hasha attack back? Hasha is now going to, he's going to get P4. No, Robot attacks back, and Robot is back up into P4. This is the battle that we wanted to see. The Mercedes and the AlphaTauri both together, and now we're going to see Hasha try and go to the outside. This is not a move to overtake round, and he's going to go around the outside, but Robot attacks back, and Robot keeps P4 for now, and now the DRS down the back straight, and it looks like Hasha's completely diminished his DRS this lap. 17%, it doesn't look like he's quite going to get him into turn 1, and it looks like Robot's just going to defend into here. And now Robot goes a little bit wide onto the curbing on the outside, and now we're going to see the DRS here, and we're going to see a move for Hasha into the hairpin. They go. Robot defends hardly, and he's going to keep P4 now. A little bit of wheel spin from Hasha there, and going down the downhill into turn 4. Are we going to see Robot defending again? And it looks like Hasha still defends the position, and it looks like Robot keeps it for now. There's still only 2 tenths between these guys, and it's a great battle between these two. They're very similar pace, and we're going to see Hasha attack back, and Robot breaks early. I thought Hasha was going to go into the back of him then, and it looks like we're going to be trying to overtake, and I think I'm losing words. It looks like Robot has still got the advantage over Hasha. Hasha's going to almost go wide there. The ERS situation doesn't look good for Robot here. I'm going to say Hasha needs to turn his ERS mode down now, and he needs to try and get him down the final straight on this lap. Just keep it in the normal ERS mode, which he is doing, so he's listening to my calls. And now Hasha is going to try round the outside once again. Robot defending like mad here. He's not giving up his position at all, and this is inviting Bagpuss back into the situation. These two battling hard, and now look, he's going to get ERS mode overtake, and now Robot is going to be defending once again. He's going to try and brake later, and it looks like they both hit each other a little bit. Robot looks like Hasha maybe turned in a little bit sharp there, and they hit the rear tyres, but it doesn't look like any damage, which is good for these two. We've got Nick Figgy offered once again, I believe, and this is Bob. I don't think it is, and I think Hasha won't be able to get him into this final sector. And don't forget about Bagpuss, who's just lurking behind. Now into the final sector. Robot is just very, very millimetre perfect with his defending, and he's doing a very good job. And B-Watt's retired from the session. Are we going to see a safety car? We see a virtual safety car, and this is going to neutralise the race. And is any drivers going to come into the pits? I wonder if this is an invite for Proctor to pit, and it certainly is. He's going to pit in for, I guess, the medium soft might be better. We'll see which way he goes, but he needs to speed up in the pit lane. He's just going a little bit too slowly, and this also invites Tom and Havoc into the pits. Them trying to get the lower down points, and we're actually going to go on board with Hasher, and we're going to see when the virtual safety car ends. Now they are both looking like their ARS situations are looking a little bit better. Robot still doesn't have the best, and we see the drive slow down. And when is this virtual safety car going to end? We got all Proctor speeding in the pit lane, speeding under VSC, and looks like Hasher's got the jump on Robot, and Robot hits Hasher's rear tyre. Are we going to see Bagpuss? No, he's too far behind. In fact, Bagpuss gets overtaken by Ali Cade, and that means Hasher has now got past. Very, very hard racing there. I'm not sure who tagged who, and now Robot's still got DRS, and he's going to be trying to catch up to Hasher. And now going into the first corner, Robot trying to brake as late as possible. The two Hash boys not having a great Grand Prix so far, except for actually Bob in P9, I think. No, he's in P10 at this moment in time, so really not that bad for him. He's done a pretty good job and a solid one. And Hasher is going to, I think he's going to clear off here. Ali Cade is going to be the next one to take Robot. Looks like maybe yellow flag sector 3 again. Robot locks up, and I think Hasher also locks up there, which is interesting. Their tyres will be degrading. Ali Cade obviously on the hard compound tyre, which isn't the best tyre to be on, I don't think. He locks up a little bit there. You could hear the little screech. We're going to see Robot try and defend from Ali Cade. We're going to see, hopefully we're going to see racing like Hasher and Robot entertained us, as Nick Figgy is retired in the pit lane, I believe, which is unfortunate. We were hoping that he would carry on to the end, yellow flag, but he is in the pit lane. Robot's still very close to Hasher. Hasher makes a little mistake and actually ends up getting a 3-second penalty there, and we're going to see DRS is now enabled, and a very low ERS situation for Dr. Robot. Now into the hairpin. Oh, and Robot's going to go for it, and Hasher does a very good job of giving Robot space, but at the end of the day it wasn't Robot's position, as Ali K gets a lot of oversteer coming off of there. I don't think Bagpuss has got quite enough to attack him, and it's pretty interesting as Robot sort of goes into the back. It almost looked like he went into the back of Verizon, but Hasher. Robot Havoc sets the quickest lap of the Grand Prix. That's a very good lap from him actually, as Robot picks up a 3-second penalty now, and everything's getting very intense. As we see, we're going to see Havoc making a move on Tom here. I don't know if Tom will attack actually. Yeah, it doesn't look like he will, and that is the move for it's the move for Havoc. Amir still keeping his position in P1, and doesn't look like these guys will be getting penalties either. Amir still with only one warning, and Random with a penalty actually. So yep, if anything, Random's very good. And we got a Elvin Johnson disqualified from the session. Not sure why. And we've actually got Ali Cade round, and I missed it again, and I am so stupid. And yeah, of course I missed all the action, and yeah, just disappointing. I'm sorry, but that has really separated everyone now. Robot up into P4 again, so Robot taking advantage of everything he can. We're going to see Tom still behind Havoc. Yeah, he's got DRS open. I don't think he'll quite attack him into the hairpin. No, he's going to keep behind him. And actually, I want to see Bagpuss attacking Hasher, and he's gone into the back of him. Hasher, I believe, has a front wing damage. I think he's got front wing damage. And he's very slow into the pit lane. And I think there might have been contact between him and Ali Cade. Ali Cade obviously spinning around. Spinella. It's just very, very difficult. And yep, front wing off for Hasher. Very disappointing for those guys. And almost ruined his race with it. Proctor, who had the pace in qualifying, all the way down in P13. I don't think it was his fault. And he's actually been lapped by Verizon. Who's going to come home in a comfortable P3. And obviously getting a podium in Abu Dhabi in the final race for F1 2019. He's back on form in D2 in F1 2020, so great to see. But I want to see, we're going to actually have to go to Love Sessions trying to overtake Hasher now. Hasher will have the advantage though over him. And actually DRS is going to be open. He's on overtake mode. Are we going to see a move for Love Sesh here? He's going to try round the outside. No contact made so far, and it looks like Hasher's just got enough to defend there. And Bagpuss is now into the pits. Not sure why. I think maybe a bit of front wing damage. I don't know. I didn't catch it. Yep, front wing change. Okay, looking at the fastest lap, it is belonging to Havoc at the moment, who's trying to catch up to Bob, which he will in the next couple of laps. And I've just caught Love Sesh overtaking Bagpuss. Bagpuss not quite attacking as much as he did with the other guys there. Now into the fourth corner. Everything's started to sort of calm down a little bit now. I can go back to my low down voice without my voice completely leaving the room. Bagpuss into the third sector now. You can hear the claps of the crowd, which there shouldn't be any. As it is meant to be a closed event. See, Bagpuss is round. Bagpuss is round. And as Havoc gets a penalty. And Bob is going to be overtaking Bagpuss. And that's very bad for Bagpuss. And I believe he'll have front wing damage. Yep, not quite a substantial amount of front wing damage. That's very disappointing for the Williams driver. Amir, he's done a great job so far, and I think this is going to be his win to lose. Markov trying to attack Proctor now, and obviously got Bagpuss ahead with front wing damage. Oh no, it's Verizon as Proctor locks up. I believe Proctor's trying to unlap himself with Verizon. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve. I don't think he's quite going to get points today. It's just a little bit too far behind. As we actually see a overtake from Amir, who actually has just overtaken these guys, and now we're going to see Tom trying to attack Havoc. As he comes out the final corner, gets a big tank slapper, and Havoc's going to try and attack Bob's uncle into turn 1. I don't think he's quite going to get the move done. Havoc is trying to get a good exit. Bob gets a terrible exit out of there, and we're going to go on board with Havoc now, and he's going to try take the inside line. He doesn't have enough ERS to really go for it. I'm going to go over on top with Tom, who's going to try and go down the inside of Havoc, and he actually almost gets it done. And now Havoc's just been boxed in there. Oh, Havoc turns in a little bit there, and that's a little bit cheeky from him. He'll get away with it though, and that means Havoc is now up into P9, and he's got 3 points in this Grand Prix now, which is good. That's not a bad result for the American driver, and we actually see Bob run very wide again, and Tom will be wanting to overtake straight away if he wants any chance of staying with Havoc. It doesn't look like it's quite going to happen from there. Bob is trying to defend for his life, but Tom, I believe, is going to take it. Bob, yeah, Bob, yeah, he's given up his position there. Proctor's still trying to attack Verizon, and actually Proctor using sort of Verizon as a breaking points, and also using him for some DRS, which is helping him defend the position. I was expecting Proctor to be a lot further up in this Grand Prix, to be honest. I was expecting at least a top 5 finish from him. We're going to see Markov trying to attack him into the hairpin. It's not going to work out for him there. And I think Bagpuss might be trying to go for fastest lap now. As he unlaps himself. I believe that was Robot he's just unlapped himself with. And I believe Robot will be taking home 4 points, as Ali Cades left the session. So this is going to be more points for Asea Ferrari, which is good for me. I'm happy with that. But yeah, you can see Ali Cades is going to lose out quite a few positions if he can't get back in the Grand Prix. And now Markov still very close behind Proctor. I'm surprised Verizon's defending this position, to be honest. Actually, let's see the penalty situation for Random. So Random has a warning after that. Verizon has no penalty at all. So if Verizon could spring a surprise and maybe get a P2, I mean, there's always a chance. Showcrime catching up rapidly to the Alfa Romeo driver. Verizon picks up a 3-second penalty. That's kind of ruined his chances of P2, which, yeah, I've kind of gave him the commentator's curse there. And yeah, he's gonna keep third place, and he's gonna take a rostrum for his Racing Point team. And Robot, I am sorry. I am. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of grass for Showcry. Oh, and Ali Cade obviously very slow. Not his fault. AI driving for him. Let's hope that Ali Cade's AI will just get out of the way. He will indeed. So Showcry up into P5 now. Showcry goes a little bit wide, but obviously Ali Cade is not driving the car. Tom picks up a 3-second penalty. I don't know if that will affect the result, to be honest. It might, to be honest. As I know Habit's got a few penalties. And to be honest, Bob can still get this if he doesn't have as many penalties. Tom goes a bit wide there. Tom goes around the outside. Will he keep the position? No, he will not. I don't think he will. Nope. Havoc keeps the position, and Tom getting quite a big tank slapper there. And this is the closest battle so far. Proctor, I think Markov actually overtaken Proctor. Which Markov gets quite a lot of oversteer coming out of there, and Verizon's back through, unlapped himself, I guess. And now we see Proctor dive bomb into turn 4, and that was a good move from him there. Gets it slowed down. Markov still on the outside actually, as Tom picks up another 3-second penalty, and he is behind Havoc at this moment in time. We will see Proctor go a little bit wide through here, a bit unfortunate. I do want to actually, I'm going to have to keep this battle. I do want to see what happens between these two. Tom obviously still close, and actually Havoc, I think his run up P9 is now over, but I don't think he's going to get up too soon. And I think Havoc is going to, he's going to try back up the inside straight away. He's going to get DRS, and he's going to probably get overtake mode on. I would have thought he would have done it, but he hasn't. He's going to try round the outside now. He brakes later than him. Are we going to see a move round the outside? And he's hung in there, but it looks like Tom just about gets the advantage. And Hasha is now catching up to Ali Cade. So this is one of the Pingu machines who is in P6 at the moment, no, P7 at the moment, and he's going to get past Ali Cade now, who has actually lagged out, which is very unfortunate for him. Yep, that is Hasha up into P6, and yep, there goes. And Tom's got another penalty. This is not helping his situation at all. And now we're going to see Proctor trying to get past the Markov again, as for Mr. Amir takes the victory in the Austrian Grand Prix for D2. And Random Sirius comes home in P2 for Ferrari, and Verizon's going to be the next one to cross the line with his second podium in OFR, and then it's going to be a long wait to Robot, and we're going to see what he can get. Maybe Showcrime can jump him, depends how many penalties they all have. And they're going to come round the final corner. Showcrime will get P5, but it looks like Robot will get P4 in his silver Mercedes. And now we're going to see what Showcrime, what position he gets. And we're going to see Showcrime crosses the line now, and he has the same amount of penalties as Robot. We're going to see Hasha cross the line and gets P6. And then we see a AI bot of Ali Cade cross the line, and Love Sesh crosses the line in P8, and we've got Tom spinning off in the final corner, which doesn't help his situation at all, and he will be the last one to cross the line, as everyone else has been lapped. Bob's your uncle, Proctor, and Markov. Jesus Christ, that was entertaining. That was entertaining, especially the battle between I believe it was Hasha and Robot. Driver of the day goes to Bob's your uncle. And there we are. There is the McLaren driver, and he's very, very good, and D1 material. He gets the win in the Austrian Grand Prix, and we've obviously got the Ferrari, and then we've also got the racing points. So it's a nice mixture on the podium here today. And yeah, really nice to see every single person getting a very equal chance here. But we did see a very clear winner in Amir in that Grand Prix. Amir, the only one without a penalty, and he gets P1. Random gets P2. Verizon P3. Robot P4. Showcrime P5. Hasha P6. Ali Cade P7. Love Sesh P8. Havoc P9. Tom P10 after spinning out on the final corner. Bob's your uncle P11, Proctor P12, Markov P13, Bagpuss P14, and the last finisher is of course Bagpuss with 19 seconds worth of penalties. Elvin gets P15, Bwat P16, Nick Figgy P17, Lex P18, Fifi P19, which is a very entertaining race. As also Fifi, the one to crash before the lights, only a couple of seconds after the lights went out, and before the first corner. And that was a very entertaining race here in D2. Make sure you check out for D3 and GTS tomorrow, and I will see you guys then, and I will be racing in D2 for GTS, but don't forget D3 and the D1 race tomorrow at 7 PM, 4 PM, and I believe 5 PM. So yeah, see you guys. Bye bye.